You ever feel like you're swimming upstream, fighting against the current? Every day, we wake up and dive into an invisible battle, battling deadlines, battling others' expectations, battling the nameless anxieties in our own minds. You do everything right, you work tirelessly, you try to control every piece of your life, yet a heavy sigh still escapes you each night. A feeling of being lost, stuck, or even exhausted lingers, even if, on the surface, your life seems perfect. You're afraid of losing what you have. You worry about what's to come. You believe that if you hold on tight enough, if you maneuver skillfully enough, your life won't fall apart. But here's the breathtaking truth that few dare to face. The very thing you're desperately clinging to is what's suffocating and hurting you. Think about it. What if most of the pain in your life isn't caused by what's happening, but by how tightly you're holding on to it? In a world obsessed with control, with mastering everything, here's a stark paradox. We only truly lose what we cling to. The job you're clinging to, gasping for air. The relationship you're desperately trying to protect from every crack. The self-image you're meticulously sculpting to please everyone. They're draining you. They're stifling your freedom, because you've made them a part of your survival, a part of your self-worth. But what if letting go isn't a sign of weakness, failure, or apathy? What if it's actually wisdom? What if that's the moment when everything finally falls into place? If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, yet still feel stuck, anxious, or invisible, this video is for you. We're about to unveil an ancient wisdom, a hidden truth within Buddhist teachings, that might just permanently change how you perceive suffering, happiness, and life itself. Stick around, because what you're about to discover isn't just a lesson, it's a key to unlock the peace and freedom you've been yearning for. A truth that will liberate you from invisible burdens. On that path walked a young traveler, one in whom you and I could easily see reflections of ourselves. He was no mythical figure, nor did he carry some grand mission. He was simply an ordinary human, bearing the very ordinary anxieties of life. He sought meaning, longed for something grander than the material goals the world incessantly placed before him. He wanted to find peace, to escape the recurring cycle of anxiety and stagnation. Each of his steps felt heavy, not from the luggage on his back, but from another burden, more invisible, more persistent, fear. Fear of what was yet to come. Fear that he wasn't good enough, strong enough, clever enough to face the challenges ahead. He carried with him an attachment to the past, haunting mistakes, broken relationships, missed opportunities. He yearned to control every aspect of his life, believing that only when everything was perfectly aligned with his will would he truly be safe. The anxiety of losing what he had, of not achieving what he wanted, had turned his mind into a relentless battleground. He continued to walk, but his soul spun in an endless loop of planning, analyzing, and fearing. The traveler's steps grew slower, heavier. The backpack on his shoulders was no longer just small stones, but like a colossal boulder, crushing each vertebra. His shoulders began to stoop, his eyes dull, looking straight down at the path ahead, lacking the strength to gaze up at the clear blue sky or the lush green canopy above. He breathed heavily, each breath carrying the weight of the invisible burden suffocating his spirit. He could no longer see the beauty of the sacred forest. The chirping birds, the gurgling stream, the faint scent of wildflowers, all were eclipsed by the incessant wailing of his mind. A ceaseless lament about what must be done, what might happen, and the control of everything to achieve a desired outcome. Everything in his world suddenly became gray, meaningless. His journey to find meaning and peace had turned into a grueling battle with himself, a battle he was losing. Then, at last, the traveler came upon a small stream, where an old Zen master sat in quiet meditation. The master wore no lavish robes, held no air of grandeur. He simply sat there, with a serene smile on his face, like a rock in the current of life, steadfast and unmoved by the fierce waves. He was the embodiment of the peace the traveler so desperately craved. The traveler, breathing heavily, his shoulders slumped in exhaustion, could bear it no longer. He uttered a sigh, his voice weary. "Master, I have walked a long way, and I do not understand why the burden on my shoulders grows heavier each day. I have tried so hard to protect myself, to prepare for everything, but I only find myself more exhausted, and peace remains distant. The Zen master did not answer immediately. He simply smiled gently, a smile that seemed to understand all human suffering. He looked deeply into the traveler's tired eyes, his gaze full of compassion and wisdom. Then he slowly reached out his hand, gently pointing to the heavily laden backpack on the traveler's shoulder. He spoke, his voice echoing like a temple bell in the quiet space, yet as soft as a passing breeze. "My son, that stone, are you carrying it out of fear of what has not yet happened? Are you trying to cling to things you believe will protect you, but which are in truth only causing you pain? And do you realize you can put it down at any moment?" In that very moment, that simple yet profound utterance struck a decisive blow to the wall of illusion the traveler had built around himself for so long. He stood stunned. All the anxieties, the calculations, the desperate attempts to control his life that he had once been so proud of suddenly revealed their true nature. A self-imposed burden, a mistaken attachment. He realized that the weight he was carrying did not come from the inanimate stone, but from his clinging, his attachment to his thoughts, his expectations, his fears. This is the aha moment, a moment that we modern travelers can also experience. This enlightenment is not something distant, mystical, reserved only for sages. It is the naked truth about our own minds. We believe we are controlling life, but in reality, it is our own thoughts and attachments that are controlling us. We are suffering when we try to grasp what is inherently impermanent. We are unease when we try to define ourselves through what is egoless. The Zen master did not judge, did not condemn. He simply revealed the truth. The truth that we are the ones creating our own burdens. The truth that the nature of suffering lies in attachment to what cannot be held. And most importantly, the truth that we have every right to choose to put that burden down right now. Just as Bryan Stevenson has tirelessly fought to expose injustice within the legal system, this Zen master exposed the injustice within our own perception of life. An injustice we create ourselves when we believe in the illusion of control and attachment. The burden was set down. The journey of the traveler and of ourselves now truly begins with lighter shoulders and a mind more free than ever before. That heavy backpack, now resting by the stream, is a living testament to liberation. The traveler no longer needs it. He has found something infinitely more precious, the lightness of his soul. Each step now carries a different rhythm, freer, more graceful. He is not merely walking on the path. He is flowing with the current of life, breathing in each present moment, unburdened by the weights he himself created. The smile on his face is not the smile of perfection, but the smile of acceptance, of a profound inner peace that comes when the weight of attachment has been laid down. This invisible burden, which we've carried on our shoulders for so long, in truth holds no power to crush or destroy us. That power comes from our mistaken perception of life, from our clinging to what is inherently impermanent, and from the inherent fear of what lies beyond our control. When you let go, you don't lose anything truly valuable. On the contrary, you reclaim yourself, the most authentic, light, and free version of you. This message, from the depths of Buddhist wisdom, is not a hollow promise of a life without challenges. Rather, it is a heartfelt invitation, an invitation to look directly at the nature of suffering, of attachment, of the mistaken views we carry. It invites you to discover a path to true peace and serenity, not by fleeing from life, but by embracing it with a free mind and an open heart. Just as Bryan Stevenson's stories of justice move us, making us look deeply into the nature of humanity and systems, this wisdom does the same. It touches the deepest spiritual aspects, revealing the truth of the inner freedom you have always deserved. Let this wisdom permeate your soul. Let it be a guiding light on your own path to meaning and peace. What do you think about the lesson from this story or parable? What truly resonated with you? Have you ever experienced an aha moment or a profound realization in your life that changed how you see everything? Please share your story below. The Buddha's Pathway community would love to hear it. And are there other Buddhist parables or wisdom teachings that you'd like us to explore in future videos? Let us know in the comments.